Sonic is flying a plane across the Bermuda Triangle with his friends, when suddenly Sonic crashes and his friends get warped into a cyber dimension full of ghosts, giants, flying sharks, and tiki children. Well, okay, I'm lying a little bit. That's only 90% true. Sonic wasn't the one flying the plane. This is the tale of Sonic and Friends in Sonic Frontiers, a review made by a guy who is not a fan of Sonic, so you can expect an honest and unbiased review. I'm Dan Opus, Dex Play. Sonic Frontiers is a game like no other, mixing both 3D and 2D gameplay in a way that even Sonic Generations has not. I'm not bashing Sonic Generations, so don't come in my comment section trying to stick a fork pitch up my ass. I repeat, I am not a fan of Sonic. So if you want a biased opinion on this game by a fan, this is not the video for you. Now I'm not bragging here, but I have over 60 hours of gameplay clocked in with 100% of the achievements unlocked. So that should say enough about how much I enjoyed this game. But I'm not gonna sit here and praise it like it's all peaches and cream. See what I did there? Cream. Anyway, what is this game about? Essentially, it's a semi-open world action platformer RPG with Sonic in it. Yeah, I know, that sounds weird on paper. Like this video. No, I mean like actually like the video. Please hit the like button. Thank you. This is the first Sonic game where you can go so fast the game starts to fucking freeze. Cause it's open world. Well, at least that's what happens on the Steam Deck. Even at 30 FPS, the game can get a little laggy, even on the best settings. It's playable though, and highly enjoyable. It's just, unless you're playing on console, don't expect the game to run buttery smooth. There is a lot of popping, obviously more on deck than on console, but even on console, one of the biggest complaints is popping. It's an open world game, but the sections of the world map are divided by islands. These islands are called zones. I think it's pretty genius they did that, because those of you who are fans of Sonic will appreciate the reference. The objective of the game is to go around each island or zone and collect specific items relevant to the friend that you're trying to save. For example, Amy, you gotta collect hearts. Which brings us to something that you're gonna be doing a shit ton of in this game. Obstacles and puzzles. Well, obviously, it's a Sonic game. What else do you do except go super fast and go over fucking obstacle courses? Well, in this game, they added puzzles. And honestly, the puzzles aren't too bad. Some of them are a little repetitive, most of them are easy as shit, but they're pretty fucking fun. The whole point of doing the puzzles is to level up, basically. Well, besides from leveling up, the puzzles also reveal parts of the map. Another way you can level up is by fishing with Biggs.
Hey Sonic, welcome back.
But that's another part of the review I'll get into later. The point of the obstacles is to get these items I'm talking about so you can progress with the events. Now, some of these obstacles will infuse 2D and 3D platforming in a very brilliant way. The only complaint I have is that a lot of these obstacle courses, it just seems like they will just like put into the environment with like a random generator or some shit like that. Like there was no actual thought process by the developers of where are we gonna put this obstacle course. They just, like some of them just, well, a lot of them feel like they'll just place there fucking randomly. And on top of that, the poppin'. Don't forget about that part, the poppin'. So there's times where you gotta be like right up close to the obstacle course to fucking see it. Luckily, you can see on the map where these items are that you need. For example, Amy's hearts, you can see on the map where you need to go to get to it. But then you gotta look around like, where the fuck is the obstacle course? Where the fuck is it? And then you can't see it because you're too fucking far away, even though you're on the part of the map where you're supposed to be. Okay, Dan, calm the fuck down. Okay, so you got 5 fucking islands. You gotta collect these items that are scattered all around. It's a whole collectathon, by the way. If you're familiar with Mario 64, Mario Galaxy, it's similar to that. When you guys gotta collect a bunch of shit to progress the story. Every time you get enough of these specific items, it unlocks events that progress the story on that island, and then eventually you fight a Titan that's taking a fucking nap on said island, and then you wake him up and he gets pissed off, so now you gotta fight him. Okay, This is where the game gets really fucking good, because in every boss battle, you turn supersonic. Oh yeah, I left that part out. During your escapade on each island, you gotta collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Each fucking time, okay? And then you turn to supersonic and you beat the shit out of the Titan. Now, a lot of these fights aren't challenging and they're more cinematic than anything, but it's badass and the music sounds fucking epic.
I'm hanging on to the other side. I won't give up till the end of me.
Now, since we're on this topic, let's talk about the part of the game I think is the best. Combat. Yeah, the combat. Surprisingly... Wait, what? You thought I was gonna say the music? We'll get into the music later, but the combat is the best part of Sonic Frontiers. Not just during the boss battles, but regular encounters too. The combat in this game is fucking awesome. You learn techniques as you level up, and it allows you to pull off a string of combos. Different techniques, you can cancel shit. Now I know there's been a handful of reviewers that have said the opposite, and I don't understand why. I don't know if they meant the boss battles lacked depth, but definitely not the regular encounters. The boss battles, yes, the boss battles are very cinematic, like I said before. So it's more like you're basically just doing QTEs and shit like that. But during regular combat, if you know how to play the game, there's a lot of depth in the combat. And that's because in this game, you feel like Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, legitimately, when you're in combat, you're flying around the fucking stage, going super fast, playing mind tricks on the enemies, dodging shit, just doing all this crazy shit that you would expect Sonic to do. It's like, it's not just, oh, Sonic bounces off the enemies. No, like, you do some flashy shit if you know how to play the game. And it is fucking great. It is satisfying as fuck. I haven't even mentioned the mini bosses. The mini bosses feel like mini games. Holy shit, each mini boss is unique. You can see them on the map, you hunt them down, and it is spectacular. It's as if this game has 3 different combat systems. There's regular enemies, mini bosses, and then the major Titan bosses. But regardless of who you're fighting, especially the bosses, you're always gonna hear an epic soundtrack. Now, in my opinion, nothing beats his world. His world is like one of the fucking best soundtracks I ever heard in any fucking game. Well, Sonic is pretty damn known for that, having a damn good soundtrack, like the one boss battle music from Sonic 2 on Sega Genesis. Or the other one, 7 Rings in Hand. Well, you get the point. Unfortunately, this game doesn't really have any memorable tracks like past installments, except for the one track I played before in the first boss battle. That one's pretty dope, but even that one, it's not really memorable, and it sounds generic as fuck. Sounds good, but sounding good and sounding like it belongs in the game are 2 different things. Now, Sonic is known for its mix of jazz, blues, and hip-hop and rock. More rock and jazz, but there's some hip hop in some tracks.
Come on, let the fuse, he's a rocket and he's ready to go. Cause now the countdown has started and he's ready to blow.
Regardless, it's known for multiple genres, but the soundtrack in this game is all over the place. It just like, you wouldn't be able to tell that every track in this game belongs in the same soundtrack. It just feels kinda out of place. I'm not gonna take back what I said about there being epic boss battle musics, because there are. The boss battle music is epic for the most part. It just, there's too much contrast to the soundtrack in this game, and it doesn't like fit past Sonic titles. It's like its own thing in a way. You know, there's no like throwback to any tracks from past games. Unfortunately, that's not the biggest disappointment in this game. The biggest disappointment is the other thing. Cyberspace. Oh yeah, this place. Cyberspace is basically like a time capsule / alternate universe where you go back to old school Sonic stages and the old school gameplay format. Also, you can unlock keys that unlock the Chaos Emeralds, like the vaults they're in. It's not necessary to do this. Like, you can just buy the keys from fucking Biggs when you go fishing. That's why I didn't really mention this. That and because it's dog shit. I mean, it's very annoying and it's unfun and it just takes away from the gameplay. I actually got this game because I was excited for it, but the best part is actually when you're on the world map. Fucking bullshit, man. This is supposed to be a throwback to old school Sonic games, and it falls short. And I'm not just saying that because the stages themselves are really fucking short. I mean, it's literally like playing mini games. Throughout this game, you're gonna do mandatory mini games. Yeah, they're mandatory, but they're actually pretty fucking fun. They're a lot better than Cyberspace. You would do anything from doing Sonic Pinball, to some kind of fucking Space Invader clone thing. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil all of them, but every island has a different minigame that's necessary to progress the story, okay? So now we're gonna talk about fishing with Biggs.
Hey, Sonic. Welcome back.
Because I consider that a minigame. Despite it being a minigame, it actually plays a major role in a lot of shit in this game. You can do a lot of things with this. You can get keys to unlock the Chaos Emeralds, so you don't have to do shitty Cyberspace. You can buy power-ups. Literally, you can buy the material you need to level up, because in this game you need specific items to level up, and you get them from solving puzzles, or you can just buy them from Biggs. Biggs is fucking the black market. You can buy anything from this motherfucker. You can like literally like skip a good chunk of the game just by fishing. It's hilarious, but it's a little repetitive. That's the downside. To me, it's fucking boring. It's not as bad as Cyberspace, but it's pretty fucking close. All you're doing is throwing your fucking line into the water and you wait for a fish to nibble on it, and then you just press the action button, and then some shit pops up on the screen, and then you just press the action button again, and there you go, Sonic caught something. It could be anything. It could be chest, it could be fish, it could be a fucking one of those Sonic signs, those things that spin. Anyway, either way, it's very repetitive and it takes a long time to get enough points to get anything until like the end game. So you're better off waiting to the end game to actually farm seeds to level up. That's about it, really.
Sonic Frontiers is a game with a bit of quirk, but you excuse it because it's worth it. Kind of like your favorite fictional character that's a little fucked up in the head, but you like him, so you let him get away with it. Thanos. Would I recommend this game? Yeah, I would.
Next play.